Hi guys, it's me, Moogie, and two things I'd like to talk about today. The first is Megan Kelly. Didn't she used to be more important or something? She was on one of those. I think she was on Fox, but now she's jilted, hateful, you know. But anyways, she likes to diss women on the way they look. There was one gal in particular, Small Hill. I'm not sure. I think she's a political commentator, but when she does videos like this, she does it like I do. This is the natural me. Which natural beauty is an awesome thing. And it'd take you 20 minutes to scrape all the makeup off of Megan Kelly's face. And how many facelifts has she had to keep that, The mega ladies, I'm sorry, but they all look like fucking Barbie dolls. They're all plastic. They're, and Trump likes his women plastic. The megas want their women to be arm candy and nothing more. Even that stupid Alina Haba had said she'd rather have, beauty than brains because you can do more with beauty. Well, no, you can't. Well, I suppose for somebody like you, who's really willing to prostitute everything you are to get some attention or some political favors or whatever it is you're looking for. Me personally, I clean up nice, but I could wear makeup every day when all I do is sit around the house, cleaning up cat barf or mopping the floors. What do I need full face of makeup for? Why do I need to coif my hair if all I'm gonna do is laundry? And that just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense to me. I would hope it doesn't make sense to you. And it's just and that's the age-old thing, attacking a woman's look and slut shaming her. And it's usually a bitter woman doing it, and she seems like a very, very bitter woman. She really does. So I've never been a fan, so I don't. All I know is what I've seen, and from what I've seen, I definitely wouldn't be a fan. But yeah, girl, look after your own sagging face before you go yelping about anybody else's. Some of us like to just be natural. We don't need to put on 2 inches of makeup to make ourselves, feel better or anything like that. I mean, I I mean, what difference does it make? And that's your mask, honey. That's your mask so you can play your role as whatever the fuck you are. And the rest of you ladies, man. Number one, you don't need makeup if you don't want it. Number two, a man doesn't complete you. You accepting yourself and loving yourself first, that's what completes you. And then you can find, but anyways, yeah. rabid, vindictive bitch. She just really, well, in her, that's all she, I suppose that's all she's got is her looks. Time's ticking away, and pretty soon she's going to be looking like Janine Pirro. Oh my god, I saw a montage of her falling out of different cabs and cars and stuff. And that's the top prosecutor. Oh god. Okay. Number 2. Involves a lot of different things. Because of, the Epstein files. And, well, the $1.5 billion in suspicious transactions from Epstein. And there's also the fact that Trump is doing some really fucking stupid shit to try to distract from it. Like blowing up boats in Argentina. He's got no proof that they're anything other than fishermen. These are little boats. Not very nice. They're probably fishermen. He has probably blown up 3 innocent boats full of innocent civilian Argentine. No, is that Argentina? Brain fart. Yeah, it is. But, and then, plus we're supposed to be bailing them out? I don't understand. Not even a little bit. But I I think before we go giving, one of his pet regimes a whole bunch of our money, maybe he ought to think about fucking taking the tariffs off so shit will get cheaper and we could actually live, not paycheck to paycheck. I mean, we went deep in debt, caring for my husband's dad. He was, had Alzheimer, and we'd promised him never, ever, ever to send him to a nursing home. So we brought my girlfriend, the van down. She lived with them, and then we had a company that had nursing staff, because it's not one person alone can't do that. And Dad's, it's expensive though. Dad's savings ran out for, so the last 8 months of his life, my husband and I paid his nursing bill. It was $12,000, $16,000, something like that. It was very expensive, but we promised. But we kind of went in a little bit of, debt for that, because that was a lot of fucking money. And so, trying to get back up out of that hole, and everything's so much more expensive, and Trump has not, he hasn't made, and that's from us, and I live don't get me wrong, I'm complaining, but then again, I got a lot more than most people. I'm very lucky. I'm very, very lucky, very blessed that, I have a house. I know I'm going to have food. I know I've got a cool car, but I have been homeless too. Well, family, of course, took me in, but, I know what it is to be dead broke, and I'm not saying that we are, but, I have to do payment, because all the utilities are going up. And so if I find myself splitting them up between 2 pay periods, which didn't have to do that before, because they're just, everything, and this is all Trump. Well, here in Texas, it's also fucking Abbott. But, somebody, Trump, oh, we're on fire, our economy's awesome. Really? Because I think about a year and a half ago when Joe Biden was in office, it was a lot cheaper and a lot nicer, and yeah. Are you better today? Are you better today than you were a year ago under Biden? Seriously. Don't just, think about it. Really think about it. And then when those new taxes come in, the ones he just signed, where we're going to be paying trillions of dollars to give his rich buddies tax breaks. And yes, we, the consumer, Americans, pay the tariffs. The other countries don't, we do. All that money that Trump brags about collecting, he collected it from us, from you. So, just, but on a happier news note, he indicted Comey, and the reason why it's happy news is because Comey already has reasonable cause to throw it out of court. And now those reasonable causes is Trump sent out that shit of a Truth Social thing. He had to have been, I get the feeling it was not supposed to be posted to Truth Social. It just feels like it should have probably been a personal, maybe a text from him to her, but he laid out yelping about, you haven't gotten these people. You haven't gotten Adam Schiff. You haven't gotten Comey. Letitia James was the other one that he mentioned. And right there, he pooped out their defense, malicious prosecution. It's pretty straightforward, actually, unlike a lot of the shit. But he, he's dangerous as fuck, and he's whipping up a lot of violence, and they're trying to blame it on the left, but, I don't personally, I may be hyperbolic sometimes, but, I do believe I encourage everybody to try to be peaceful. And if it starts getting gnarly, walk away. And Trump, even at that dude's even at that, after Charlie Kirk's wife says she forgives the shooter, Trump gets up there and talks about how much he hates his enemies. At the dude's memorial. Oh my God. If I had been that woman, I would be so fucking pissed right now. I think it would have, knowing me, I would have got up and ran him off the stage, because I'm impulsive and want to get that angry. Yeah. But, come on, people. You gotta see, you gotta be seeing the same stuff that we're seeing. Let's find out about that $1.5 billion of suspicious transaction that J.P. Morgan has already leaked, that they're in a few other, but the longer the delay, the longer he has to redact, hide, shred, whatever, eat the whatever evidence there is, whatever, but, and I don't think, it's not just Trump's, the whole cover-up is about him, keeping him safe, but what he also has to do is keep all those other people on the list safe. Because these aren't nice people. And I'm pretty sure they got the philosophy, hey man, if I'm gonna go down, you're coming with me. And I don't think that, Epstein didn't do that to Don, but who knows if he would have. Don was president. Epstein probably expected a pardon. He was an embarrassment. That's one conspiracy that I'm kind of on the fence about, because it was just way too convenient, him dying. And just all of the shady shit they've been doing with the videos and the people, I know. I mean, and they're not exactly, the mob could teach them a whole lot about committing crime without being totally stupid and telling the world about it as you're doing it. The reaction, BBC is a good place to get some world news. Sometimes Sky News, but they're kind of right-leaning. There's some German stations, French, Norwegian, that are in English, that are really good. And their reaction to Trump's speech are words like disastrous, unhinged, and it's really weird that the Americans, the MAGA people, don't see that. I mean, how do you not, Las Vegas is dying. They jacked up everything so expensive now that you can't afford to go anyhow. Which, but all the tourists, nobody's, people don't want to come here. Why would you want to come? Especially if you're brown or black. You aren't going to go right now. If you lived in another country and you're brown or black, would you, or even Asian, would you come to America? Fuck no. You see all those people, the ICE people dragging people off, and even the South Korean workers at the Hyundai factory in Georgia. And the Georgia governor begging them to come back. They were teaching and building to give Americans jobs, and Trump just fucked that up. We've lost more jobs under him, I think, than any other president. Well, no, except for himself, with the COVID. Everything. So, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, so my favorite, broadcast people, if I'm gonna watch an actual one of the TV people, it's Lawrence O'Donnell, Rachel Maddow, Joy Reid. I love Gayle King. Who doesn't? But I'm a bit more, and then I do a lot of foreign news, the ground news, and then my favorite podcasters are Midas Touch, Luke Beasley, Brian Taylor Cohen, the Young Turks, of course. They've been here forever. Megyn Kelly. Somebody asked her, who do you trust? There's so much stuff. Who do you trust? And she told you pick one or two people, and that's who you trust. And she named herself and Ben Shapiro. No. I always tell people, you want to get at least 3, maybe 4 corroborating stories before you take it for fact, because there's too much false information. And if you got to check different sources. You and you have to vet it, because they a lot of places put out a lot of bullshit. So, um, and I don't like to be gaslit, or I don't want to eat your bullshit. I'm just not. I'm allergic. It's not. It's tea, by the way, if anybody's wondering. PG Tips. It's awesome. English tea. Nice black. And just as much caffeine as coffee. Ooh, free plug. But, yeah, people just, you're struggling now because of Trump. That's the simplest way. I could show you all the ways, but you, if you're watching this, you probably already know them. And again, we gotta. Their best defense against us is keeping us divided. But a lot of Trump people, a lot of not the cult members, but the people that voted for him because they, thought that Kamala and Tim Walz couldn't do it. So, a lot of those people are, as we now know, way regretting. And Trump has done a series. He's done a series of things that are hurting and going to hurt more. And then he's telling people, well, sometimes for change you gotta feel pain. Yes, but we're the only ones feeling that pain. He isn't. He's made billions since being in the office for the second time. Just in this term, he's made billions. Accepted $440 million bribe from the Qatari government. Whole bunch of foreign governments invested in his crypto meme. You can't even cash it in to get money back or anything else. All it is you're just donating money to Donald Trump through this corrupt system that kind of launders it. Cryptocurrency is just too shady. That's become abundantly clear. So that's why Trump likes it so much. Oh, and by the way, he hates windmills because they built a windmill farm within view of one of his golf courses in Scotland. And he had a complete conniption, tried to get it taken down, and the Scottish were like, fuck you. Well, knowing the Scottish, it was probably fuck you, you bloody cunt. So, but, yeah, so that's why he hates windmills. He's shutting down projects, killing hundreds of thousands of jobs because he's pissed off it ruined the view of his golf course, and now he's going to just burn it all to the ground. And here in Texas, our electrical grid is in sorry shape. I know the rest of the world, the freeze and hurricanes and stuff like that, but we have power outages all the time. And it's old, and they haven't put the money into it that they were supposed to. And the really funny thing is, the only place we can import energy from is Mexico. That's the only place Texas can get extra, energy that we are not generating here in Texas on our isolated grid. The only place we can get extra is Mexico. And if that is funny as fuck. The way that Texas is about Mexico, but they're the only ones that can give us. Yeah, funny old world, isn't it? most of somebody's howling. I shit you not. Oh, it's kids. God, kind of tripping me out. What the hell? I lost my train of thought too. I just come out here on the porch. I got ideas in my head, and I turn on the thing, and then I blab at you. What comes out of my mouth is not in any way, shape, or form scripted. This is just me and my opinions, and I know, like assholes, everybody has opinions, and you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like me. You don't have to think I'm pretty. You don't have to any of those things. But you know, if you want honest debate and honest, you have to deal with people like me. You know, and people like me are a little bit more reasonable than others. But of course, it's all in the way you approach, because you know, I do believe I've said before. You know, when they devolve to name calling and all the other dog whistles and in bullshit that comes out of Trump's mouth, they try to. It's like at that point I walk away, because you know there's no intelligent recourse to be had at that point. I mean, if it's not, you know, abundantly obvious, but yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of things. I encourage you to call your representatives. I love to harass Ted Cruz. I leave him messages all the time. Told him to reach down deep and grab those little raisins he calls balls and stand up. Get a spine. He just won a term that outlasts Trump. If he can get a spine, he might actually do some good for the state for once. Cancun Cruz. But our government here in the state level is unbelievably corrupt. I mean, Abbott, Paxton, I forget the lieutenant governor jackass's name. He's the one that said the old people needed to go out and get COVID and keep working to keep the economy going. I didn't see him lining up to work at Walmart as a greeter. So, but, you know, and they just, you know, gerrymandered the fuck out of everything. So, you know, but there are some Democrats in Texas. Jasmine Crockett, I do believe, is one of the most famous. But we do have some good people, and the local government of Houston is the vast majority Democrat. So big cities usually are blue. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Trump is trying to say, look over here, look over here, look over here. Don't watch what I'm doing over here. But he's just not very good at it. So, you know, he just got, and they tell themselves, everything they blame a Democrat of, they've done. So, you know, that's why Lindsey Graham can't stop talking about gay people. So, sorry, Lady G. You're easy to dunk on. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes Ted Cruz either. So, but, you know, in all seriousness, you know, you don't even the act of voting is enough. But if you want to do more, there's a lot of things you can do, you know, and calling your representatives, there's different groups. Of course, it depends, again, on how much you want to do. So, but, I mean, there are little things you can do. But the biggest thing among them is voting, so please register. You know, we're a year out from the midterms, and it's important. Go to town halls. The Democrats need to get their shit together. I mean, they really need to get the shit together. They need to get a coherent message, and they need to stop the infighting. And in some of the oldsters, or I mean, some of these people have been in Congress for a long time. Some are still effective, Bernie Sanders. Some, not so much. Chuck Grassley. Is he still in? Senator? What? But, we do need fresh blood. Otherwise it gets inbred. And fresh ideas. And, the new generation. And it doesn't have to be some youngster. I mean, but there's plenty of people at local level governments that shine, mayors and governors. I'm not so sure about Newsom. I like Newsom, don't get me wrong, and it's fun what he's doing to Trump, but I don't think a lot of Americans trust him. Because he is very California. And that just doesn't translate to, Minnesota. Especially, I know Minnesota isn't one of those swing states, but it definitely needs, in places like Iowa or Wisconsin that are. I don't think he'd translate very good. I'm sorry to say. I don't think he'd get, Tim Walz. He wants to be governor of Minnesota. I think he's done and I don't know. I think he'd make a great president, but I'm a little biased. But there are other, Pete Buttigieg. He is a great candidate. I mean, he's smart, he's quick, he knows his stuff. He's been in government for a long time. Yeah, he'd be awesome. And I heard something about they didn't want to put, a black person and a gay person to run together because they didn't think. I would hope that America is, well, okay, I know it's not, but God bless. So any ticket that the Democrats consider, they have to consider, which is another fucked up part, have to consider the bigotries of the average American. So unfortunately we wouldn't see. I think that'd be fantastic. They'd be so good. Buttigieg and Crockett, or AOC, or but yeah. But anyways, you're out. We might be surprised, but we gotta start pushing them now, because Kamala, they didn't get it together. It was fast, and they didn't get it together enough, and we lost. So this time, we need to do it right. So, hope you guys are all okay out there. My Donnie's going back to Oklahoma for a week. So, I'll be bored to death. I'll post a bunch. Yeah. So that's my gripes for today, and I hope, just for, I hope you guys, just for fun, take your mind off the weekend. I'm going to watch some old Tom Baker Doctor Who. And, old sci-fi, or Star Trek or something, or I read a book, get my mindset out of the politics. My doctor actually told my husband yesterday that I needed to step back from politics, and for a few minutes I was like, well, I already did that. Anyhow, so I hope you guys are all doing okay. Have a wonderful day. And, just I know there's a lot of little bits and pieces, but just think about it. Those little bits and pieces some things, I want answers. 1.5 billion dollars. Don't you want to know about that? That's a lot of fucking money. I want to know about that. The supposed tapes, videotapes, all the people named in the book. I think there's been 2 that has been redacted. Aren't you curious why? Yeah. So, conspiracy. Yeah, but they're doing it in the open. So, get outraged. Get pissed. Call your representatives. Do something. They spent the last 10 years calling all of us pedophiles, and now they are literally protecting pedophiles. This should be our moment to shine. Get it done, Congress. I know, it's been difficult, but people like Ted Cruz, the Republicans, you guys need to get a fucking spine and look about you, because once Trump is taken down, all you are gonna go with him, and the only hope you have is disconnecting yourself from him, distancing yourself from him as much as you can. Of course, I know they won't do that. They're too stupid. They'll wait till the last minute. But, yeah. Happy Saturday. Oh, and it was my son Zeke's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, my darling, even though I don't think he watches. But, y'all be safe. Have a great weekend. Have some fun. And just remember, what you do comes back to you. We don't want to spew hate. Yeah, I'm sarcastic and can make fun and stuff, but we're not hateful. We're not hateful people. That's our strength. So, just try to remember that. I think Kamala recently, find your light. It's the same thing, man. You got that? If you truly love, and you care, then you can concentrate on bringing joy instead of rhetoric, the divisiveness, so say hi to a stranger. Say hi to a stranger in a red hat if you're really brave. But yeah, we gotta learn to talk to each other again. Recourse. Who said it? Communication is the key. Okay. You guys have a great day. I love you. Peace out.